Hello, today we're going to tie another simple fly. This one is called a spider fly, and it simply uses a small hook. So this is like a number 8 hook, but we're going to be using it on a size 1 Gamakatsu drop shot hook, something you can pick up at any bait store. We're going to need some rubber legs, and if you don't have rubber legs, these bass skirts, and you can get them in several different colors, will work just as well. We're going to be using some small micro chenille, any color you like. Again, we're going to be using the UTC 140 thread, some lead-free wire. This is 0.015. You can go up a little bit in diameter if you want. And let's get started. So we're going to start our thread at about the barb of the hook, and you'll notice this hook has a little bump in the back here, so this is where we're going to be tying our lead wire. I like using this hook because it has more of a opening here, so when we start to crowd it with the lead wire, it won't close that gap. So we just want to get a little bit of a thread base going. We will take our lead wire, we're going to lay it on top of the hook and do a couple of loose wraps down to kind of coming around the bend a little bit, not too much. And then we're going to advance this back up to the front, and we will just wrap this lead. And we're not going to cover the whole hook. What we're going to do is just build up a 1/4 inch here or so and wrap back over itself. And we're kind of creating a little ball towards the back end. And get to your end of your piece of lead. And you can adjust this too for how heavy you want it to sink or not. Now, the fun part comes into tying it down. If I was to just come in here like this with my thread and wrap through everything, the lead would fall apart. So what I'm going to do is set my finger on the top and move to the back of the hook. And then I'm going to set my finger on top again and to the front, and I'm kind of making like an X over the hook. I don't know if you can see it from this angle. But what that does is the threads, when I start wrapping over it like this, the threads keep it from splitting the lead apart. So I just want to make sure that's nice and tight. Doesn't have to look pretty. I just want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So we're going to next tie in our chenille, and I want the thread behind the lump of lead. And I will just tie in this little bit of chenille and then advance my thread up towards the front. So I'm right behind the eye of the hook now. And again, we're going to wrap everything covering the lead with this chenille. And if you pull it and you notice there's a gap in there, you can, showing the lead, you can wrap back over it. It's not a picky fly. So we just want to cover the rest of this hook shank with chenille. And after we have the hook covered, we'll just tie it off at the front. Snip off any extra. we're going to tie in the rubber legs. So to do this, we're going to take a 2 or 3 inch piece. Doesn't matter, we can trim it to fit. So we're going to fold it in half and lay it out in, and then tie it in about halfway in the middle, adjusting these to make sure we're roughly half, and give a little bit of a 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch of thread down, and then we're going to fold everything back, the loop back, and tie that down. And we just want to make that sure that's good and tight, and we'll do a whip finish on that. Oop. Trim it, and we're simply going to come in with our scissor, get this set of legs halfway, and just snip it in half. So now we have 4 legs, and I know a spider has 8. If you really want to get picky, you could put 8 on here. We're just going to do 4. Trim them all to be even, and you can pull them out in different directions so they kind of go all over. And that's it. Very simple fly to tie. Works great on panfish, and the weight on there makes it, the back end go down, so it works. And you can tie it in several different colors, different sizes chenille, different size hooks. Thanks.